Here quickly at the end. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Grant, and he's got the big tight end Graham. Touchdown, Seattle. Jimmy Graham, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drop.
And now it's blocked. And the Patriots have it. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, there's a blocked extra point. I remember playing, and we had one of those go against us. I remember our kicker and our holder told the head coach, just relax, coach. Why are you yelling? Don't worry, it's just 1 point. Oh, my. Those coaches see a point is gold to them because you never know how it's going to turn out later.
Exactly. That's what I was just going to say. First quarter, we'll see if this has any implications as the game goes on.
I still can't believe they told the head coach to relax.
Whoa. Bad move. Now Hoyer. And they didn't wait long to take a shot there, that's for sure, but it falls incomplete, and it's 2nd down. Malcolm Mitchell out of the University of Georgia was the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
2nd down now after the incompletion. Hoyer. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Gronkowski, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. The Seahawks, here's their defensive lineup.
Michael Bennett may have missed 5 games in 2016, but still led his team in tackles for loss with 14.
And how does his pass rush help the secondary? Because I know it does.
Oh, it helps it in a big way because now the quarterback who has a clock in his head, that clock has to accelerate because they always think Michael Bennett is coming. That means you don't have to cover him for very long.
Here's Hoyer. He's got a man. It's Mitchell. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they show to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
So that'll do it for the first quarter as we kick off another season. 6-0 is our score, and we'll return to Foxborough after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Gronkowski got it on the crossing route. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. That one goes for 24 yards.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
They'll run it here. This is James White. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. James White, 14 yards. And the Patriots are an extra point away from going out in front.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And his kick is good. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
They'll go again to Jones. Room here to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Out of the pistol, the give to Jones. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit him over the top.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. He couldn't get the edge there. It wasn't sealed, so maybe not all on the guy running the football all the time on those tosses and the pitches that go to the outside.
No, not at all. I would agree with that totally, because sometimes the defensive guys, they win the edge battle. And when they do that, there's no place for the running back to go, and especially for offensive linemen trying to get out ahead. With their footwork and speed, it was negligible on that play. No gain at all for the offense.
17 yards on the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, not a huge game there as we head towards the 2-minute warning. It'll be interesting to me to see what they decide to do after the timeout.
The Seahawks on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this. A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. The Seahawks on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Wilson. And left side here, it's Graham. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. A Seahawk first down. Wilson to his big target, Graham.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
First and 10, it's Wilson. Got a man over the middle, it's Williams. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. On second down, here's Wilson. It's caught outright by Graham. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. It's a gain of 7. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going. Now Wilson on second down. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be second and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
On second down, Wilson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and it's 3rd and short.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The offense on 3rd down, no problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Here's Jones. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And Forbath will put this one through. And with that, they'll take a 2-point lead here in quarter number 2. So they kick it through to take the lead. There is a little bit of time left, though, here in the second quarter.
And while they're concerned about not giving up a big return or giving up points themselves going into the half, how good do they feel, though, putting points on the board themselves right near the end of the first half?
This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's caught inside the 25. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And Rosas puts this one through. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we send you down to Orlando where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry.
Okay, Brandon, thanks, and welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get to the highlights. The Patriots are up right now and are looking to keep up the pressure moving forward. The Seahawks didn't play their best, and they'll need to be at their best now to come back. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Now 1st and 10, quick pass and catch by Graham. And he caps the drive with the score as they jump out in front 6-0. 1st and 10, White's able to get away with the stiff arm. He'll go in from 14 yards out. Pats go up by 1. Midway through the second quarter, the former Wisconsin Badger, Russell Wilson, finding his mark in coverage. And he'll end up at the 45-yard line before being tackled. Seahawks, though, would settle for just a field goal. Now to late in the first half, Hoyer's going to find his mark, and he'll end up at the 20-yard line before being tackled. We're set up for a great second half, so let's get you out to it. Here's Brandon Guy.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Back to throw here. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, tried to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it?
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense, as that fell harmlessly to the ground. Going for the deep ball. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They'll run for it. This is White. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Give him 9 on the play, and on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Oh, man, fourth down and 1, and you're on your own side of midfield. That takes a little bit of courage to pull off, but they went ahead and snapped it, and it'll work out for them as they get the first down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They keep it on the ground. White again. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here we go now.
They'll run with White. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 3rd down, it's White. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
Here's White. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now a carry for White. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down. Now the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on 4th down. Now White. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back at the 23. 2 yards is the pickup, and that's good for a New England 1st down.
4th and inches, does he get the first? You bet he does. He knows exactly where he needs to be, and he's going to fight his way forward to get a couple of yards and ensure he keeps the chains moving.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. And this seemingly endless drive continues.
Here we go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. So the solid run on 1st, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that 2nd down play.
No, it's all on your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. New England on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And a give this time to the tailback. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. And now White. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. They'll set up to throw. And it's caught by Gronk for a Pats touchdown. Rob Gronkowski, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. And that was really just a great battle for that football on both sides. The result is a touchdown.
Ordinarily, I'd like to say it was a win-win, but it really wasn't because the defender, while he was there with excellent coverage, he didn't get the benefit, did he?
But he's not going to get chewed up in film session, will
No,
he?
he was right there. They'll tell him, okay, of course you need to knock the ball away, but they won't be too upset with him. He did his job for the most part.
And with that, the lead is up to 8. the kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Super toe.
Second and very short here, less than a yard. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Throw left side, complete. That's Graham. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The fumble, but they're able to maintain possession. Now it's second down. Play action. It's Wilson. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he's brought down. First down, Seahawks. Wilson to Baldwin.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
On first down, Wilson. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays. Back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. Time starting to run out here in the fourth. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. And they try the sweep to Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. To throw on second down, Wilson. And Graham's got it, complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on. and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yep, the opportunity squashed. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. They'll run it here with Smith. He does it one more time. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So it'll be first down here after the run. They go back to the ground with Smith. And now running right through him. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now a first down following that long gain. On the ground, this is Smith. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll run it now with Smith. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Back to throw. This is caught. Gronkowski. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Rob Gronkowski, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Patriots add on to their lead. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. And the lead is up to 15 now. Five plays there on that drive. And it ends with a New England touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 33. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Rosas to add the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And out now come the Seahawks. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward. That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on it a little bit more.
Drops it to Jones in the flat. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to bring up a third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On third down, Wilson. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Offense looking to avoid a third and long. It's 2nd and 10. So the D-line's going to spread out. Wilson will throw again. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. That one goes for 36 yards. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. Johnson the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again here, Wilson. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
One last shot for Wilson. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it. And then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Pats, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Patriots winners here at home as we say so long from Foxborough.
People trying to say I'm only enemy. Got a cold with my dogs, can't get in between. I can give them life, no more energy. Man, amen. Spent about 60 on the time, I can't even lie. No way in, no way out, do or die. So on roll, when I roll, must be. Amen, amen. I can't ride Benz, I don't do peace. I beast, I gotta eat. Saber tooth, tiger, diamond tooth teeth. Rockin' right now, won't you come peep? I was outside. The way to shake, leave your mouth wide. You need to say grace for you say thanks. Amen, amen. What's left in my life, don't know what's in store. I've been dealing with these blessings that I can't ignore. Putting up the numbers, we ain't keeping score. Amen, amen. I here on the block, my side. Run it in the house for it's 12 o'clock. Yeah, the hood love me, but you gotta watch. Amen, amen. I just three, I don't do sleep. Yeah, trying to see, UV. Yeah, we gon' fall through, coming through deep. Amen, amen. Yeah, packed it from the south, moved it to the west. Iced the logo on the cross, threw it on my neck. Yeah, when I rep the set, gotta stay blessed. Yeah, amen, amen. People trying to say I'm only enemy. Got a cold with my dogs, can't get in between. I can give them life, no more energy. Amen, amen. Man, what it meant to me. Everybody try to take the identity. Everybody around me turn to a friend of me. Sit back while I take on a remedy. I cannot let it get into me. This playing a toll on me, meant to me.
With that, let's send it out to our broadcast team, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with this Week 2 matchup.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun and University of Phoenix Stadium here in Glendale. A moment ago, this Arizona crowd was on its feet. The defensive starters, led by perennial All-Pro Patrick Peterson, were introduced. And they've got a tough one on their hands as they'll square off with the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Patriots, They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
So here come the Patriots getting ready on offense. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And got his man complete. Boom. Still fighting through tackles. And he takes it down deep into Arizona territory. A big gain there on the first play of the game. 61 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
So they're operating in the red zone. On the carry, here's Smith. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. And now we take a peek at the Patriot offense.
Well, we all know that Rob Gronkowski is one of the premier tight ends in the NFL, but what makes him that way is the size. We see that. The ability to run. He's faster than a lot of wide receivers. The agility. He's almost like a power forward in basketball. And the competitiveness. When that ball is released, he decides it's his and no one else's.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. Here we go now with Smith. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
Oh, Brandon, that was a big play by the defense to keep him out of the end zone on 3rd down, so there's an early decision to be made here, isn't there? I know that 3 is awfully tempting, but I'd pull on my big boy pants right now, and I'd go for it.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll run for it here with Smith. And he keeps fighting his way into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Pats have taken the early lead. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of NC State. It's Phillip Rivers.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Now a play fake here on first down. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. 20! Touchdown, Cardinals! Jamison Crowder, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. 1 play, a long touchdown pass into the end zone. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. Runs through the contact. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing left side, he's got Gronk complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. They go play action here on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field, and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. And here is the Cardinal defense.
It's easy to talk about Patrick Peterson because you can be definitive about his game. Tremendous against the run because he's an excellent tackler. Can run with anyone because of his speed. Has the size to play the football downfield extremely well. And then you throw in his kick return ability. You have one of the top corners in the NFL year in and year out.
Second down following the incompletion. Here's Hoyer. He finds Malcolm Mitchell here. And he's brought down. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now Hoyer. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. On that catch, he's already eclipsed 100 yards here in the first quarter. Charles, he's on pace for over 400.
And playing with great confidence, isn't he? I think he probably had it coming into the game, and now that he's really come out of the gate this strongly, I'd like to be in the huddle with him right now. You know he's demanding the football. And guess what? I'd throw it to him. He's having a fantastic game, and they haven't defended him yet.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. They'll look to throw. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
An update from Buffalo. The Bills have taken the early lead. Tyrod Taylor, an early touchdown pass in that one. And before we can get to the field goal try, time will run out on this first quarter of play. 10-7 our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
As we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you worked on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And he finds a man with a crossing route. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Cardinals. Jamison Crowder with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Shoves him aside. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And here comes Rob Gronkowski and company. And we roll the highlights of the game he's had. You know, when we talk about wide receivers and how you shut them down, what about when you have a tight end like this having a game? How do you stop him defensively?
It really changes what you're trying to do because defensively you're worried more about the wideouts. Okay, how are we going to cover them? The running backs, how are you going to shut them down? But the tight end is that elusive, unique player. Linebacker covering, cornerback covering, safety covering him. Always has the advantage.
He's got a man, complete. A gain of 39 that time. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hitting this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's second down. They come out here in the eye. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he keeps fighting his way into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Pats able to cash in for 6. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on this 4th possession. First down, Rivers. Caught, right side, Gresham. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. Johnson on the counter. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Throwing, Rivers. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. Shoves him aside. Fights through, and now a crease. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Patriots take over. So the Patriots coming out now. And they have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now. The field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Wide open, Gronkowski. And he's brought down. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down. And on that last catch, Charles, he tops the 150-yard mark. It's one thing when your wideout gets that. When your tight end gets it, it's quite another.
We keep seeing the evolution of that position, don't we? Where we've seen where it's gone from strictly as a blocker to a guy who caught a few passes to now an integral part of the passing game, sometimes the primary receiver, because a lot of these guys have wide receiver skills, and we're seeing that on display here. Just think about the guys in the past looking back at this game and saying, sure wish that was me. I'd love to have gone out for those types of passes.
He's got it, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A reminder with halftime approaching, when we get there, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Larry Ridley will have first-half highlights and analysis.
And I hope he's iced down his throat because he's got a lot to get through because we've had no shortage of points scored in the first half.
It has been a fun track meet. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And this offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third and goal.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Watching that party. Black here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. Rosas now to add the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something
else. And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Rivers has been through this many times as he'll hustle his guys to the line. Rivers. This one caught by Crowder. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
Hurry up.
Rivers on first down. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it, but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that second part They finished off the play for him.
Out to the left, it's complete to Dyson. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Rivers now from the 50. It's brought in by Dyson. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. They go play action. Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't it?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down.
Well, the obvious goal is to try and score a touchdown, but at the least, adding to a pretty big yardage total for his intended receiver there, huh?
Yeah, well, when you've got a guy over 150 yards, keep chucking it deep to him, I guess. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. New England on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be third and forever.
Let's go. 3-19.
They'll drop the throw. Letting one go deep here for Gronk. And this is caught at the 20. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. As they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off, didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that's caught by Gronk for a Pats touchdown. Rob Gronkowski in the final seconds of the first half. And the Patriots add on to their lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with a New England touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we send you on to Orlando, we hook back up with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA